At the top of President's Circle, the Park building stands as a central monument on campus. Since it was built in 1912, it has seen much transformation at the U.
They started building it in 1912. The money was appropriated finally in 1911 from the legislature. And then they started building it in 1912. We have some pictures of them groundbreaking. We have one set of photographs, in fact, that shows pretty much the bunch of old guys in suits sticking their shovels in the ground all the way up to the completion of the building. It was a big event when they finally built the administration building, because that really, in a way, that sort of meant the campus had arrived, in a sense. I mean, the campus had a big administration building. It had classrooms and facilities, certainly, and football field and so on. But the administration building, that was a big step.
The building is named after John R. Park, who became the first president of the University of Utah in 1869, when the U reopened after political unrest in the country had caused it to temporarily shut down.
There was a period of great unrest, as you know, all through after the Civil War, say, from the 1860s, all the way up until statehood in 1896. And the economy was down. The LDS Church was kind of under siege by the federal government because of polygamy. People wanted to be a state, but they didn't want to give up polygamy, and so on and so on. And a lot of that affected the university.
Today, approximately 31,000 students are enrolled at the University of Utah. But in the early years, the campus was so intimate that the Park building was able to house a number of different schools in addition to administration.
Campus in those days would have been much smaller. It was only 3,000 or 4,000 students. So as I mentioned earlier, everybody knew each other. Things were much more personal. You know, the professors lived right off campus. It still snowed though. And here's a picture of digging it out in a big snowstorm at the same time, about the 19-teens. This is kind of a fun one of the Park building in the 1930s. See the dresses the women were wearing, the fashionable hats and so on. And this is during this period too. Freshmen always wore beanies. You had to wear it's actually a green beanie, and the tradition was established in the Park building where the big seal of the university is in the main floor, that nobody could step on that. And if you were a freshman especially, wearing your beanie and were seen by an upperclassman, you were yelled at and given demerits and all these kinds of things. It was much more traditional, that kind of those college traditions that you think of, than it is today.
Today, the Park building stands at the center of President's Circle as a grandiose spectacle on the University of Utah campus. Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Lindsey Wilbur.